Mecha King Ghidorah.
Hey guys, Cat Jinjo here. So I did record a leader tier list maybe like a few days ago, and it ended up being an hour. And I did go over detail of each character, you know, but I'm gonna see if I can speed run it a bit faster. So as you see, I have the tier list already completed up here. I actually went through individually and placed them and discussed it, but I think I'm just gonna, if you're just coming here to see where they are, this is where they are. Maybe at the end, we will adjust them. So anyways, without further ado, here is the tier list. So first up, we have Armored Mothra. I placed her around the D tier because I think she's pretty garbage. And then here's a little bit of details concerning her. Here are her colors, red, green, blue, and yellow. She is aerial, which can help you with trains. And I guess that's pretty good. You take half damage from trains. Immune to ground-only attacks. Are there any units that can't hit aerial leaders? I think Biolante, or no, Biolante was able to, right? And Kamacuras were like the only ones. Anyways, Armor Cross Heat Laser, that's a name. Energy cost 2, cooldown 70 seconds, that's pretty good. Deals, so usually with this damage, you'll see 350 as the general level 1 damage. This one says 126 times 3, so that's above average in a straight line. So when I fight Armored Mothra leaders, especially like during her season, it wasn't a challenge at all. Barely took any damage. Reduces damage taken by 5%. If it was 50, I'd be like, okay, that's something to consider. 5%. That's nothing. For 10 seconds. Average HP, 5,218 is completely average. Each level up, though, she's 120 instead of 90, which is alright. Attacks, pretty good. 300, like 350 is the average, I'd say. 70 reach, garbage. 1.9 seconds, very good. 70 search range, garbage. So, you got bad HP, bad ability, bad reach, D tier, it is. Okay, next up on the list we have Bagon. Triple red and yellow, not the best colors. Armored Mothra's colors were better. Attacks can chain to hit up to 5 nearby units. That is excellent. Like if you have someone like a push overwhelming you, you're doing 404 damage. That is above average. Attacking 2.4 seconds, that's above average as well. 72 reach, not the best, but you know 72, whatever. But decent HP, energy cost 3 for Prism Beam, cooldown 60 seconds, deals 450 damage near the leader on the battlefield. So I think it does like half the map. Bagon's a pretty good leader. I think he's pretty solid. He needs an HP buff to catch up with the rest of the guys. Other than that, he's pretty good. I mean, so I put him in A tier. Looking at him now with how important like handling Gam spam is, well, evolves things pretty good. I'm gonna bring Kong down beneath him. I'm gonna put Kong around here. So yeah, A tier, good leaders, but S tier is just, they're all kind of broken in their own way, especially the top two. So that's Bagon right there, not bad. Batra. So I have Batra in the middle of the B tier, double red, blue and yellow. For me personally, reds were very common when I started, but now I'm more focused on the yellows, some green. Shubaya is like the only red card I'll use. And then blue is for the energy cards, so as well as yellows. So you want more blues and yellows with these colors. Aerial's decent. Prism Beam, energy cost 1, cooldown 90 seconds. So that's pretty good so far. Deals 40 damage times 3. Let's do some math. That's 120 in a straight line and increases movement speed of allied aerial units only on the battlefield by 100% for 20 seconds. I saw this one guy. He had 1,000-year dragon Mega Gears next to each other. Then he used the ability, they flew towards me and actually caught me off guard. Because sometimes I start a battle and I don't pay attention for the first 10 seconds. Sometimes it takes a while to get a match. So let's check out his HP. Let me make sure everything looks alright. Let me scroll down one extra. Oh no! Okay. I'm checking Streamlabs, making sure you guys can somewhat see. So I apologize if you couldn't see the leaders before. HP. This is the max HP I've seen on a leader currently. Almost 7,000. So this is one of the tankiest leaders in the game. Attack, reach, crap. Attack speed's good. Search range. So it's mainly his ability. And the reason I put him in B is in the right moments, he's an A tier. He's an upper A tier. But like, you gotta have like certain aerial units to really make him effective. And, if your push fails, you gotta survive for another 90 seconds before you try again. This leader can't offer anything else but that. So I put him in the B because without that, like when that ability's off, when you're waiting for 90 seconds, he's a C tier leader. He is awful. He can't defend himself, but he does have HP. So thinking about that, I might move him up next to Biolante. Next up is Biolante. Red, blue, blue, yellow. Let me just make sure you guys can see. Oh my gosh, you still can't see. Alright, we're just going to go with it, guys. Red, blue, yellow. Not bad. Energy cost 1, cooldown 60 seconds. So the Batra is basically like... They're both kind of unique in their own ways. This one does water, Batra's aerial. Final Wars is everyone, I think. But it increases movement by 300%, increases damage dealt of allied long-range attacking units on the battlefield by 20% for 30 seconds. That's a really good ability. I think Biolante's always been like an upper A tier, sometimes bottom of S tier leader. HP is not very good. Range damage is alright. Reach sucks. Search range sucks. Attack speed's average or below average. I don't know if 2.6 is the average. He's alright. I mean, you really got to use him on certain maps. Some maps he's complete garbage. Like Tokyo, he's horrible in Tokyo. But like in London, he's definitely like up here, I'd say. And then New York, he's definitely up here. So maybe I'll put Biolante. I'll move Biolante up. Because when I made the tier list earlier, you know, I was kind of slapping. I was trying to keep. It was an hour long. So, and now that I have time to look at this tier list again, and I've been doing a lot more battles lately, I fought some top 100 Biolantes, and I'm like, okay, in certain situations, Biolante can be very good. So I'm going to put her up here for now, because it's only in certain situations, so. Alright, up next we have Desghidorah. Desghidorah has a blue, blue, yellow, yellow. Initially these colors were complete, but they're actually pretty good now. Aerial, so he avoids trains. Strong, violent, advancing, thunderquake. That should be the name of a band. Energy costs 1, cooldown 100 seconds. Not bad. Deals burn and 150 damage in a fan shape. Doubles own energy cost and recovery rate for 5 seconds. So the skill is good. The skill is very good. Mecha King Ghidorah has a better version of this, but this one's like the faster version where you get the energy instantly. I feel like if Desghidorah got an HP buff and a reach increase, he would be quite competitive. But for now, he's not the greatest. Where did I put him in? C tier? Yeah. His HP sucks. His damage stinks. Reach is bad. Attack speed is bad. Everything else is bad about him. Yeah, he's basically a worse King Ghidorah. Like, his ability. I mean, you gotta. If you don't want me to do a tier list, let me rephrase this. Just because something's outclassed doesn't mean it's automatically in the C or D tier. You know, maybe this guy's B tier. But at the same time, you do have better options. You have this guy as well, super awesome Mecha Godzilla, who reduce the cost of people. So you have people who reduce costs as well of certain units and things. And those outclass Desghidorah as well, in my opinion. So I'm going to keep him in the C tier. I mean, it's just there's better options. If he was the only energy person in the game, I'd probably put him somewhere in the B tier. So, okay. Up next is Destroya. Destroya's got red, blue, blue, yellow. Variable slicer, energy cost 3, cooldown 90 seconds. Very good. Deals 150 times 2. Mine's level 20 and deals 1774 times 2. So that's a lot of damage still to this day. If this guy gets a buff or whatever, you better watch out. Increases the attack power of allied close range attacking units on the battlefield by 30% for 15 seconds. What is it, 50 and under or something, 60 and under. HP is crap. Attack is pretty good. Attack speed's average. Reach sucks. But that ability, Destroya was at one point debatably the best leader in the game last year. He was commonly used. Even I used him for a bit. He's in B tier now. He just gets absolutely thrashed. I mean, in overtime, he's in A tier for sure. Kiryu's kind of stuck in the same boat. Both these guys are kind of overtime. The sword's really good at stopping a push, but then you have Shin and King Ghidorah that outclasses him. This hits the whole map. I think Godzilla Evolved is better. Batra's better suited for this meta. I mean, I could see arguments of him being in the A tier, but his reach is just really bad. If you don't have at least 75 reach, you're not going to make it. It's been power creeped. Chibi's introduced the 75 reach that you need to be a competitively viable character. There are some exceptions, but you want to have at least 75. And if you have 85, you're in a very good situation. 85 plus. So I'm going to keep him in the B tier. Alright, up next is Eva 01. Red, red, green, blue. It's alright. Go Berserk. Energy cost 5, cooldown 150 seconds. Steals 15% of the current HP of the enemy leader and 80% from enemy units on the battlefield. So I don't know if this was the first board wiper or Monster Zero was, or King Ghidorah 19, whatever you want to call him. I'm going to call him Monster Zero. Average HP, pierce damage, that's alright. Bad damage though, bad reach. Okay, or good attack speed. I think he was a pretty good leader back then, wasn't he? He was pretty solid. But now his ability costs 5, his cooldown takes forever. Defense buffs kind of ruin this. If it was like set damage, that'd be pretty nice with some percentage. I put him in the bottom of C. He's just completely outclassed. I might actually put him above. It is a board wipe. I'll put him above Mecha Godzilla. I mean, on paper, if you look at his ability, it looks like he's good. But I've fought him before, and it feels like it doesn't really do anything. So, in C tier and crap tier, he goes. Alright, next up is Fire Rodan. I have him in the top of C. Double green, double blue. Could work out for you. Uranium Heat Ray. Energy cost 2. Cooldown 90 seconds. And I think he was buffed before the HP buffs began. So, he was buffed, I think, like in the fall? Late summer, maybe? Deals 350 damage in a fan shape. It's okay damage from what I've seen. And increases damage dealt by allied aerial units on the battlefield by 30% for 15 seconds. I feel like Batra and Fire Rodan should, switch their leader abilities. Batra's all about damage as a unit. Fire Rodan's all about healing and speed, and they completely reversed it. I don't know why they did that. But damage is okay, 30%, but it's only aerial, so it's not great. Not a great ability. Usually leaders have good abilities, based on what I've seen. They're at least decent. Usually what holds them back is their stats, but Fire Rodan has average HP, decent attack, good attack speed, but 75 reach. So you'd think with 75 reach he'd be at least B tier, but his ability lets him down. I don't think his ability is very good. So I put him on the top of C tier. There's a lot of competition with leaders right now. And another thing to consider is how these leaders do against the S tiers. Fire Rodan gets pooped on. So, alright, up next is Gamera. Gamera's got some really good colors, one of each. Fireballs, 3 cost, cooldown 90 seconds. Deals 300 damage and knockback to enemy units in a fan shape. It's a pretty good ability. Unless you are at the train of thought, or what's the word? School of thought, where it's like, oh, you're pushing my enemies back, you're helping me build a bigger push. But if you use it wisely as Gamera and kill the whole push, or at least leave a guy with 1 HP there, it's pretty good. HP is average. Attack is it's 366, so above average. His attack speed's 2.2, very good. But his reach is 90. 90 is terrific in today's meta. So looking at the tier list, he's at the bottom of A. Dare I say I misplaced him. I'm going to put him a little bit up. I misplaced him by 2 places. So, yeah, we're just going to move these guys around and see what happens. Polish up this tier list. Because, you know, when you do a tier list in one take, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And I feel like what I want to do with my tier list is I want to record them first, leave them for a bit, let me settle, and then come back to it. And that's what I'm doing right now. All right, next up is Poopgan. Poopgan has red, triple blue. He's not as good as he used to be. Bladed Ripper, energy cost 2, cooldown 120 seconds. Damage doesn't really matter. Raises the movement speed of allied ground units on the battlefield to Gigan's movement speed for 10 seconds. That's like, I think, 20. This was a pretty solid leader years ago. His HP is average, I think. Before the leader buffs, 3-star units had the benefit of being easier to level up and having higher HP and attack because of that. Well, now with these leader buffs, these 3-star units are just left behind. There's no reason to use them anymore unless they're your only option. So he is just attack speed's alright. His attack's not too good. His reach is awful. He's just not a good leader anymore, so I put him in the bottom of C. I mean, movement speed is a very important. It's not as important as range or energy in this game, I'd say, but movement speed is important, so he's not in D tier. Next up is Gigan Rex. 2 reds, 2 greens. Nah, that's horrible for me. That's like one of the worst color combinations I've seen. You need at least a blue and a yellow, so that's kind of funny. Same with Gigan. Gigan's pretty bad. Rex Plasma, energy cost 4, cooldown 100 seconds. I think this guy got a buff recently. Deals 150 damage in a straight line and summons 4 Gigan Miles. I think he used to summon 2. Well, these Gigan Miles are very buff. So if you have a level 20 Gigan Rex like Lianne does, these Gigan Miles are going to have a lot more HP than the unit's Gigan Miles. Say that 3 times fast. Alright, HP 6,134. So he is a buffed unit, but he's on the lower HP buffed unit side. Batra had like almost 7,000. This guy is a little above 6,000. The attack is very good. 289 times 2. His attack speed is a little below average, or maybe it is average at 2.8. Reach is 80. Super good. Super good stats, super good ability. Board wipes do kind of mess it up, but if you can sneak them in after a board wipe, pretty solid. Pretty solid. With Rainbow Mothra too. Gigan Rex, like if you're using Rainbow Mothra, Gigan Rex is one of the best allies, both as a leader and a unit. So he's at the top A, just a really solid unit. He isn't busted or like has a component to put him in S tier though. So not bad. 80 reach, man. All right, G89 has seen better days. He used to be like a B, A tier leader back then. Has all the colors, that's good. Energy cost 2, cooldown 90 seconds, deals 300. He deals decent damage, so 350 is kind of the average, and increases damage dealt by allied units with an energy cost of 5+. Kong is 4+, mind you. Kong is a better version of this guy, so we'll get to that later. By 50% 15 seconds. His HP, average. His attack's kind of average. Does have an AoE though, but his reach is 70, attack speed is 2.5, and search range is 70. If you have 70 range, you better have like something amazing to push you forward. Because, man, G89's fallen on some tough times. I mean, look at this. Well, Hidora's got the HP, though. I'll get to that later. Yeah, you need range, you need HP, you need a good ability. So I don't care how much damage you do here. That's like a bonus. But HP, reach, and a good ability is what you need. His ability is pretty decent. It's pretty good. But his HP is lacking, and his reach is lacking. And his damage is even lacking, so... C tier. I can see arguments for higher up in C, but bottom C it is. Alright, Godzilla Kasabe. Heat Ray, cost 2, cooldown 20 seconds. This guy, whoever runs Toho Kingdom, thank you for updating this as soon as like patches come out. You're amazing. Deals 300 damage in a straight line. Damage increases the more the special moves are used, up to 1,000 damage for the 5th time. I think mine's level 17. He does up to, I think, 3,000? Close to 3,000 when it's fully charged. Very good. So his colors are alright. HP, almost 7,000. Best HP that you can get in the game currently. Plus 120 base player ranks, so that's the highest I think you can get per level up. Very good. His attack is 332 times 3. So it's like 3 average hits going at it. His attack speed's 2.5 seconds. He is one of the, if not the best leader at defending himself. 79 reach. If it was 80, because there's some 80 reach guys that'll get you. I'm trying to think of some right now. Godzilla Earth can snipe Wakasabe, but Wakasabe's got that cooldown of 20 seconds, so not too many. You know, even yeah, snipers are not going to get Wakasabe if you have your leader ability ready. So I put him towards the top of A. I'm actually going to move him up a little bit. I think Final Wars. I was using him when I first made this tier list, and I was having fun with him, but he's a movement speed guy, so I gotta apply the same principles as Batra. So I'm actually gonna put this guy for now. I'm gonna put him like back here, right next to Binky. That's what Lianne calls him. Wamanamana Binky. Whatever he yells. So yeah, Wakasabe, top A, very good leader. You won't lose too badly if you use him. All right, G99 or Godzilla 2000, 2 reds and 2 yellows. Not too great. Energy cost 3, cooldown 90 seconds, deals 450 damage, so that's above 350, pretty good, and burns for 8 seconds to enemies' units in a circular area around self. Burning deals 50 damage to afflicted units every 8 seconds, so 5 times 8, 400 extra damage. That does a ton of damage. HP, 6,134, so that's good. Attack 491, that is a very high attack. I think that's the highest attack as like a leader for 2.5 seconds, and reach 80. So his ability is not too great. I mean, yes, if you're surrounded, it's great, but you don't want to get surrounded. Usually when you're surrounded, you're at a big disadvantage at that point. So in order to get the most out of this guy, you gotta be at a disadvantage. But his other stuff is really good. 80 reach, slow resistance. Oh, he has slow resistance. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, a top S. Slow resistance is the best stat for a leader. I mean, I can't imagine not having it. I mean, like Shin Lead, he can be slowed down. I mean, imagine moving across the battlefield and you're slowed. I don't even think that matters. Alright, so seeing that, 80 reach, good HP, slow resistance. Is he better than Gamma? I don't think he's better than Gamma still. I'm going to say bottom of A because his other stats are pretty great. Okay, up next is GMK or Godzilla 2001. For a while, he looked like a rabid squirrel to me. Like his face, like from a certain angle, it looks like he only has 1 tooth. It's kind of silly. Anyways, red, green, blue, good colors, decent colors. Heat Ray, another Heat Ray. Energy cost 3, cooldown 120 seconds. He got a buff a while back too. Steal HP from enemy units in a circular zone. Leader unit equals 10% max HP. All other units 60% max HP, but deals 5% of current damage as damage to self. That's a little bit of an issue. I think people over-exaggerate like how bad that is, but 5%, it's not horrible. Also reduces the attack power of all enemy units on the battlefield by 45%. That's the main highlight of this. So that's a lot. That's a lot to take in. So you're doing 10% to leader. Not a bad trade-off. That's double what you're taking. Everybody else is getting 60%, but it's only in a circular zone. But then enemies on the units on the battlefield get a 45% attack reduction. So let's see his other stats. Average, not very good HP in this meta. You need to have a buffed leader HP to make it. Range damage, 283. It's AoE though. Reach, 70 sucks. 2.8, not that great. Search range, 70. So his leader ability is kind of like questionably good, but all his other stats are garbage. So if I had to place him, I'm probably going to put him here. That circular zone's not big enough. He deserves better. Alright, next up is Godzilla 2003. Triple red and yellow. I think red cards are the worst. You guys can correct me, but all the cards that I like using... There is the first King Ghidorah card that only buffed attack that came out, and the Mecha Godzilla card that came out. So reds were good. There was a lot of red cards in the beginning. Now they're falling off. You got blue energy cards, yellow great cards, green Ultima cards, so... Yeah, he doesn't have the blues or the greens. Anyways, energy cost 2, cooldown 90 seconds. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Yep. Dealing damage, regular damage, blah, blah, blah. Uses a heat ray to knock back everybody for 30 seconds. That's all right. Remember, the school of thought, if I push you back, you're able to build your push better. So, but in other situations, maybe you put everything into this push and you have no energy. So who knows? HP is very good. Very, very good HP. Attack's pretty good. 2.4 seconds for attack speed's good. Reach is 70 though. You can't have that anymore. I know a lot of people have reach of 70. It's not that great. So bad colors, bad reach, okay ability. Everything else is alright. So he's in the B tier. He's not the worst. Godzilla 2004, double green, blue, yellow. This is like Mecha Godzilla. It's one of the best color combinations in the game. Personally for me, my best color combination is Jet Jaguar and Shin. I didn't want to use Shin, but I'm like, wait, I'm using red, blue, yellow, yellow. I might as well use them. For some people, this is the best combination. So attacks with a heat ray against distant foes and spinning range tail strike for nearby foes. This is probably one of my favorite leaders just for being interesting. Energy cost 3, cooldown 90 seconds, deals 350 damage, that's good. Knockback, depends what you think. Increases the movement speed of allied units with an energy cost of 4+ on the battlefield by 100% for 20 seconds. That's a really good ability, especially if it's better than Batris because it's all units that are energy cost 4+. And I've sent my own 1,000-year dragon over there. It was pretty fun. His HP, just like Batris, very, very good. His attack's pretty good. His tail whip is an AoE, and I think it does more damage. So that can be pretty useful. Reach is 80. Bastard doesn't have that. Very good reach. 80 plus is just... Oh, that's good. You want 85 plus to get rid of Des Ghidorah and Super Mecha Godzilla, because they can just stand outside your range and snipe you all day. So, 80 is still good, though. Attack speed 2.6, not bad. They have question marks for this, so if you guys want to do some testing, let me know. But yeah, real solid leader. Let's see, he has good HP, decent attack. I think the tail whip does more. Great reach. I'm going to put him above... Well, HP is important, so Super Mecha Godzilla is really frail and a slow attacker right now. So I might actually put him... Because I think I value reach a lot. Godzilla Evolves ability is pretty good. We're going to see that later. I'm going to put him back up here. And I think he's pretty good. He's just a solid leader. Great all-arounder. And then his colors are amazing, too. It depends how much you value that. Alright, next up is the worst thing that ever happened to leader meta in history. Red, blue, yellow, yellow. I think that's one of the best color combinations possible. Heat Ray, energy cost 4. Cool down 100 seconds. Deals 150 damage and burn to all enemy units and lowers your opponent's stored energy by 4. No matter what you do, you're always losing energy to this guy. You could lose 0.2 energy. You could lose 4 energy. You could lose 1 or 2. You're losing energy. So it's pretty devastating. There was a hot debate in Discord on the Great Debate of June 12th about who's better, Shin or Monster Zero. Let's check it out. So HP 7,000, very high HP. Attack 460, that is very high, but a 3.2, excuse my alarm guys, 3.2 attack speed's pretty bad. 85, super reach. He is not getting sniped by Des Ghidorah. He's not getting sniped by Super Mecha Godzilla, who are still common in the meta. Does Ghidorah maybe less so, but he's still there. Excellent. Hits facilities. It's a long windup, which your opponent can prepare for. And I'm going to go a little more in depth with this later about why I think this is the best leader in the game. But he hits facilities and all that. I'll discuss more about him later. But it's the top of S tier. Amazing. Godzilla 2021. This little fat doughboy is not that good. Red, green, yellow. That's alright colors. Heat Ray. Energy cost 4. Cooldown 120 seconds. This thing doesn't do jack squat of damage. I don't know what's going on with it. It does like regular damage, but it's like in a straight line. Reduces the cost of allied close range attacking units by 1 for 15 seconds. Close range is not in right now, and it's only a reduction of 1. If it's 2 or 3, then we can talk. HP's unbuffed, so not very good. His attack, it depends. If someone summons like a G91 towards you or a low reach, not Super Godzilla, but like a low reach guy, this guy can take him out, like a high cost one. But with that 70 reach, yeah, he's not doing crap with that 70 reach because they're going to be close or they're going to be sniping him. So 3.1 second attack speed. He is, I think, the worst leader in the game. He just has nothing to offer. This is just outdated, really bad. I mean, he could have a glow up like Super Mecha, Super Awesome Godzilla, but he's just awful. Bad reach, bad HP, bad attack. The attack is extremely situational. It can be amazing, but not with that range. All right, next up is my favorite guy, -1, or one of them. He just looks cool. I love him. Red, green, blue. That was good for a while. I don't think it's that good. I have a lot of yellow cards, so. Let's see. Energy cost 4. Cooldown 180 seconds for his heat ray. Steal 20% of the current HP of the enemy leader. That's if he's in the circle, and 80% from other units in a circular zone, and deal an additional 300 damage. That's pretty good. You can sometimes get the one hit. His HP sucks, his damage isn't very good, his attack speed's average, and his reach is awful. He needs a buff. I mean, he's already good as a unit. Even if he was the best leader in the game, I don't know if I would take -1 out of my team. -1 is like, he's always been there for me. I mean, he doesn't even need a buff. He's just always solid. He's definitely, I won't talk about the unit. Leader, not too great. I'm going to move him down. I mean, his ability can one-hit things, but the cooldown's just awful on it. Yeah, he's like bottom of here. He's pretty bad. Alright, next up is Godzilla Evolved, who was once one of the best leaders in the game before the great, horrible leader buffs. Godzilla, like, the way they buffed him. They shouldn't have done, like, they should have just stuck with HP and reach and attack. They shouldn't have messed with the abilities too much. Let's see. Heat Ray, energy cost 3, red, blue, Cooldown 120 seconds, deals 320 damage in advanced shape and generates 2 energy for each enemy defeated. So I did this during the rented season. It was very fun. He's a very solid leader. His HP is falling behind. His attack is very good. It's like Shin's. Reach is 85. That is a fantastic reach, guys. 3.1 attack speed. Ugh. I still think he is up here. Maybe Bagon's a little ahead. But Godzilla Evolved, even with the less HP, reach is so important. You know what? Reach is so important. I'm putting him back up here. I think reach is extremely important. You need at least 75 plus to be up here. Bagon's got 72, so. Yeah, a very solid leader. You can make an amazing comeback doing this. I think his range is 85 too, so very good. Alright, next up is Godzilla the Ride. Green, yellow. At first those colors were bad, now they're pretty good. Follows his regular attack with a stomp. Attack if target is less than 30%, so like Final Wars, he has an alternate attack. Energy cost 3, cooldown 120 seconds, deals 450 damage. 350 has been the average so far, guys. That's pretty good. Adds 1 critical attack plus 250%. I think that's like, what, 3 times? 4 times? 4.5 times more damage? Because, what is it? Double is 100%. And then 200, I won't do it. I don't want to embarrass myself too much. It's very good. To friendly units with an energy cost of 4 plus at the battlefield for 20 seconds. Nice. HP 6,134. Not bad. Plus 120 rank. That's good. Attacks 405. Above average. Stomp attack is 527. Nice. That's pretty good. Reach is 75. Incorrectly says 65. Thank you, guy, for saying that. 75 is pretty solid. 2.5 seconds. Very good. That's above average attack speed. I'll say 2.6. 2.8 is the average. Not bad. His leader ability is like not as dominating as a board wipe or healing everyone, but it's still pretty good. With 75 reach, he's not bad. You can pull some tricky maneuvers with this guy, with the critical. So not a bad leader. Mid-A. Godzilla Ultimate. Triple red and green. Bad colors. Energy cost 2, cooldown 90 seconds. Deal 350 damage in a fan shape. It's ridiculous, hits everything. And reduces cost of effect pieces by 2 for 15 seconds. So if you want to be extra toxic, and you want people to hate you, use this ability with like Void Ghidorah, Mulgara, and Trains, Freezing Sunday, Dimension Tide, and then just keep spamming Rio or something, or Gamera and Giron. So HP 6,100, that's good. 283 attack, that's below average, but his reach is 140, which is the dumbest thing on the planet. Wasn't it like 90 before the buff, or 100? 2.9 second attack speed, so a little, it's close to average. The 140 is ridiculous. So this leader is pretty dumb. I put him in number 4, just because he can really you could just stall someone out in the middle of the field and just have Ultima snipe like your monsters endlessly. He's an S tier leader. He is very good. I see a lot of people use him. He is definitely not out of the count. He, you know, it's between here, I think, because he can do leader damage. In overtime, I'm not 100% sure, guys, but I think I've seen it. He can attack the enemy leader and attack him with the heat rate. So I'm not sure where to put him. He could be up here in 3. But very solid. He could be 5, but he's definitely top 5. He's an amazing leader. You can't go too wrong using him. All right, next up is this beast, Ghidorah. Green, blue, yellow, yellow. Very solid colors. Could be the best colors in the game if you're using green instead of red. Hedrium Bomb and Hedrium Ray. Or Hedrium, whatever. Energy cost 2, cooldown 30 seconds. So he's like a Wakasabe Jr. Deal 150 times 2 in a circle and half placement time targeted allied units for 30 seconds. Only useful for a 1,000-year dragon, really. His HP is super high. I think it's like the 7,000 mark. 3-star units get a different thing, but he has very high HP. I think it might be the highest. His range attack's okay. It's an AoE. But his reach is 70, which is really bad. His ability is questionable. So I put him in C tier. I mean, if his reach was 80, then I'd be putting him in the B tier or A tier even. It's that reach that really holds him back, because he does decent damage. It's just his ability sucks. His damage doesn't go up for it, and its range. That's the main problem with it. Its range is very small. It's like a circle. It's just not that good. So if it had like another ability, like I don't know, not instantly place units, but maybe like make a poison field. Whenever you summon a unit, he has a poison field around him for a while or something like that. Then it could be useful. If you change this ability right here to something good and give him 80 reach, he could be a really, really good leader. But for now, he's not that great. Alright, Binky, or Jet Jaguar 2021. Great colors, just like Shin. All-encompassing strike, energy cost 2, cooldown 80 seconds, deal 300 damage in a circle, and increase movement speed of allied units within a range of 60 or more on the battlefield by 50%. That's pretty solid, and it's for 40 seconds. That's what the main selling point is, for 40 seconds. And you're just got to wait 40 seconds after that for the ability to come back. And that's without even talking about cards reducing cooldowns. So, great HP, super tanky. Great attack, it's an AoE. He attacks 1.7 seconds, so with Wakasabe in him, they can defend themselves. They are leaders that can defend themselves. The only downside is he has 70 reach. So that 70 reach could really get him. The movement speed's nice, though. I think the ability, yeah, does good damage. So actually, 70 reach holds him back quite a bit. I was mainly looking at his tanky HP. I mean, he can hold on for a bit, but he has 70 reach. I don't like 70 reach very much. I think he's better than Biollante because Biollante's situational. Jet Jaguar is more reliable. But on water maps, Biollante's better. Especially London and Operation Watasumi Sushi something. So I'm going to put him in the bottom of A. He's not that bad. I see some people use him. I used him for a while, but he definitely has a hard time against like leaders that could attack him and getting outranged. Alright, up next is 1,000 Beer Dragon. He's aerial. Multi-hit attack, energy cost 3, cooldown 100 seconds, deals 350 damage and stuns for 5 seconds to enemy units in circular zone. This attack takes 5 years to come out, and it's only a circle. With Shin, you're always going to hit everybody in the field. This guy, if you miss, you just wasted 3 energy. His HP is not too good, and nowadays his attack's really good. It's 212 times 3, so that's 600. He actually has the highest attack as a leader. 2.8 seconds, 75 reach. He's not horrible, but he's not the worst. He's not good. He's not bad. He's kind of mid. His attack does get split up in 3, you know, for 212. So he's hitting 3 guys. So if it's a 1v1, he's pretty good. If someone's coming at your leader, but his HP is too low nowadays to really just. I'd say if none of the leader HP were adjusted, he'd be like in the A tier. But yeah, he's kind of fallen out, and his leader ability is not too great. All right, next up is King Ghidorah 2019. Red, 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 blue. Not very good colors. Those are pretty bad colors. But he's aerial, so he takes half damage from trains. Energy cost 4 for gravity beam, 100 seconds. Deals 350 damage to enemy units on the battlefield. So most guys are dealing 350 in a small range. This guy deals it everywhere. Increases the attack of power of all allied units except self by 20%. So 20% is better than nothing. That's pretty decent for 15 seconds. HP is 6,134, less than Shin. His attack's 506, slightly better. So he can defend himself better, but he's not AoE. Shin and King Ghidorah are not AoE. I'm saving this for the final thoughts for the discussion. So 75 reach. So 75 is pretty good. For S tier, I don't know. Actually, him and Mechagodzilla have low reach for being S tier or upper A. He'll get sniped on by Super Mechagodzilla and Des Ghidorah quite a bit, especially if you used your special at one point. And if it's an overtime, well, maybe not overtime, but you can get sniped. And getting sniped by Des Ghidorah is what makes Des Ghidorah so good. But then Shin got buffed, and Des Ghidorah's usage kind of fell because he can't snipe as much. So he's in second place. He's on top of S. Just really good. His ability is mainly what carries him. Like, if his ability was shit, he would not be that good. Excuse my language. But, yeah, his ability completely carries him. Kiryu. Red, red, blue, blue. Absolute 0. Energy cost 8. You can get down to 5. 180 second cooldown. Ooh. Depletes 90% current HP of the enemy unit in a straight line within a certain range. Works against leaders if in range. This was a classic scumbag leader. But in more recent times, there's like no dedicated. I think 8 mode. I don't know if 8 mode still uses Kiryu or not. Frostbite doesn't use them anymore. So yeah, you don't see a lot of low tier. Like, you don't see Bs anymore. You don't even see As. You see all these guys mainly. Like, you see this. You'll sometimes see Mecha and King Ghidorah, but yeah, you see all this. Maybe occasionally these guys. Mikasa base kind of up there. Yeah, you mainly just see S tier. You don't see these guys anymore. So he's bottom of B. Reach is 70. Everything's awful about him besides his ability, which only works if you survive long enough. So bottom of B. Kong. Red, green, green, yellow. Pretty solid. Earthbreak. Energy cost 1. Cooldown 90 seconds. Pretty good. Deal 320 if you don't care about that. In a cycle. And increases damage dealt by allied units. I don't know why I just said there. With an energy cost 4+ on the battlefield by 50%. So that's like GA9, but it does 4+ instead of 5+. Pretty good ability. HP is pretty solid, 6,100. I don't know why it isn't higher. Attack is very good, 2.4, very good, but his reach is 70. So that's actually pretty bad right there. He's very good for supporting his units. So I'm going to drop him down. I'm going to drop Kong down to... He's kind of like Jet Jaguar, but better, I think. Attack is really good. So putting him there, he's a solid leader. You can still win with him. I've seen some higher levels win against me with him. All right, next up is Kamen Rider. Red, green, blue, blue. Interesting. No yellows, though. Attacks with a 2-strike punch for ground foes and a flying kick. Knockback's pretty good. I'll talk about another guy later. Knockback's pretty good, especially against like people with under 70 range. Or under their range, so... Rider Kick costs 2, cooldown 150 seconds, deals 350 in a circle. That's not bad. Stuns all enemy units and enemy leader on the battlefield for 3 seconds. Nice. Immune to damage and status effects while using special move. That's good. Definitely one of the most unique leaders in the game. HP is outdated. Attack, it's a little below average. His kick, I don't know how much his kick does though. Reach is 80. 80 is very good. Attack speed 2 seconds. So he's still a very solid leader. I still think... a lot of people are going to give me hate for putting him above Mecha King Ghidorah, but stunning all the foes in the field is pretty good. I might actually drop him down because, I mean, it's 80 reach. I mean, I feel like reach is an extremely important stat, and his ability's not bad. It's just the cooldown of 150 seconds is what gets him. That's the main thing. If his cooldown was less, then, I mean, he's just a really solid leader. Now, a lot of people have levels in him. That's the problem. I'm going to put him here. I think he's underrated. Whenever I see him, he's not that bad, but if you're using Shin or King Ghidorah, you can make short work of any of the A tier leaders that are unbuffed. So anybody who has unbuffed HP, you're going to have a real hard time. But I still think he's pretty good. Maybe I'll put him below the Gamras. No, because these two are kind of similar. So I'll leave it like that. I think he's underrated. All right, next up is Mechagodzilla 1974. Green, green, blue, yellow. Very good colors. Energy cost 2. Cooldown 120 seconds. So it's 20 seconds less than Shin and King Ghidorah, so keep that in mind, or Monster Zero. Restores HP of allied units and facilities in a circular area around self by 10% of maximum HP every 5 seconds, and reduces damage taken by allied units and facilities in a circular area around self to 80%. When this guy got buffed in late November, I used him instantly. I used him for a long while, and I loved him. But Shin came out, and my facilities got ruined. Now facilities are kind of back, but I don't have any of the cards that are really good with them currently, so like, I'm kind of bummed because if I run him, I'm basically running a worse version of everyone else's deck. Because if you have the Ultima card or the 5 or less cost % cards, I don't have them. So I can't run Mechagodzilla to his fullest anymore. I loved playing him. Very good. Amazing HP. His attack, I think it's ×3 with the rockets, so it's like 300 and something. Very good attack, 2.8. 75 reach, so decent reach. I feel like in the S tier, 75's on the lower end. So sometimes he can be sniped. He's not very good at defending himself. So if like you overwhelm a Mechagodzilla, there's really not much you can do. But he has the ability to counter push with his healing. So he's very, very good. But without, like when this wears off, so 30 seconds, you got 90 seconds where you're vulnerable. That's when yeah. So there is counterplay to him. He's not broken, but he's pretty good. All right, next up is his cousin, Mechagodzilla 1993. Red, green, blue, blue, not bad. Energy cost 3, cooldown 60. If it was 20, that'd be funny. Deals 150 damage and knockback, so we talked about knockback earlier. Reduces time, T, not it takes for facilities in the battlefield to generate allied units by 50%. What's so good about facilities right now is, you know, you got the super tanky choppers now with the card and tanks, but it's not so much like, right now the facilities are really hard to kill, especially tanks, because they have too much HP. You can't kill them. So you're always generating. These are like little Shindens that are being generated. So even if you can do 50% faster, AoE is going to wreck them still. But as long as your enemy units are getting distracted by these tanks or choppers for even 1 second, they're worth it. So spawning more of them, I don't know about that. It's more of just like, if you get an AoE unit or a guy with AoE monsters, it's completely useless. His HP is not great anymore. His attack's kind of garbage. His reach is what really sold it back then. He was just a solid leader with good reach. I think he's at the bottom of C tier. I mean, he's still better than these two. He has that 75 reach. And, you know, back then the HP was good because he was gold. Now his HP's fallen behind, and I don't know. You could argue that he's up here a little bit, but I don't see it. Back in the day, he was like a BA badass. So, BA tier. So anyways, on to the next. Mechagodzilla 2021. Red, red, yellow, yellow, that's alright. Photon Scream, energy cost 2, cooldown 75 seconds. Deals 400 damage in a straight line and inflicts enemy aerial units on the battlefield with a low flying state for 60 seconds. So that's pretty good for like, if you run a low flying deck. You could do Gigan 04, Orga, Kong, hell, even G89. So he has the max HP you can have right now. His attack's pretty decent. His reach is 80. Search range is 70 for some reason. 2.6 seconds. He's not that bad of a leader. I think he's pretty solid. I don't know if he... I mean, he does have a reach of 80. I'm reconsidering reach right now because I've been thinking about during my battles, and that's why I think part of the reason Shin's so good. But anyways, reach 80 is pretty good. Unless he has a reach of 70 and I'm missing something. 258, that's not bad. Good tanky HP. I think it's his ability. Like, it's only certain situations, certain monsters, and Orga's not that great anymore, Kong's not that great anymore, Gigan 04 is, like, alright, but with the ultimate card, he's pretty good. There's a lot better options than this leader, so I'm going to put him in B. I mean, if you do run him, he's not the worst. Alright, next up is Mecha Counter, Super, Alifragilistic, Expialidocious, ABCD, LGBTQ, WS, plus Mechagodzilla. Green, green, red, red. So that's alright. Convergent neutron cannon, energy cost 4, cooldown 100 seconds, deals 500 damage in a straight line. That's quite a bit of damage. 350 is the average. Not bad. Reduces the cost of allied units with an attack speed of 2.8 seconds or more by 2 seconds for 20 or 2 energy for 20 seconds. Excuse me, guys. I used this guy when he was rented. Very good leader. I enjoyed it a lot. A lot of my guys, especially my Ghidorahs, had 2.8 seconds. But right now, I'm not using them. Ghidorahs suck. There's like only a few decent Ghidorah cards. There's nothing like crazy. There's a 7+ cost card that's for everyone at 7 costs. But yeah, this guy does really good with like 5.5 cost decks. So for me personally, I mean, you could use him for Godzilla decks. He's pretty good. Max HP, very good HP. His attack is really good. 174 times 3. So let's do math. That's like 348. He does a ton of damage. He has one of the highest damages of all leaders. 85 reach. So that's why he's kind of up here, guys. 85 reach, kicks butt. 2.8 seconds. Stun resistance, which I didn't talk about that with King Monster Zero. Stun resistance. If there's a sniper stun unit in the future, or a really good stun unit, stun resistance is very useful. Right now, we're not really in a stun meta because there are no good stun units. Chibis are like the only one, but Chibis are more for the compel now in the duo. The stun is every 3.2 seconds. It's not that good anymore. So, in the future, could move up. Very good, top of A. Solid unit. Mecha King Ghidorah. So, red, red, green, yellow. Energy cost 2. Cooldown 9 seconds. Deals 350 damage in a fan shape. So, if you can get him and stun him, it's pretty decent. You don't want him that close, though. And increases energy cost recovery speed by 60% for 15 seconds. HP is not very good. Damage is really bad. He has one of the worst damage. Just one of the worst damage ever. I mean, he is AoE, but like there's vague on it. It's like 400 something attack. Reach 70, garbage, 2.7 average. Search range 70. So his ability is really good, but everything else about him is just awful. Like if you take away this ability right here, he is the worst character in the game. Hell, if you take away the recovery speed, the energy thing, and just do the stun fan, he's still the worst character in the game, I believe. His ability is amazing. His ability is super good, but in this meta, some people put Mecha King Ghidorah still up here. In this meta, he is not that good. He's held up by the energy. He's weak to leader damage. He always has been. He can't defend himself, so Mulgera always gave him trouble. Kiryu gave him trouble. Trains. And you're not holding your machine hand for Kiryus and Mulgeras. You're holding it for timing your pushes. So it's usually not used for that situation. Honestly, you could argue he's up here. I think reach and HP is very important, damage, but it's his ability. Everything else, his colors are not that good anymore. He doesn't have a blue. He has 1 yellow and 2 reds. His colors are okay. I need a blue personally, though. He's definitely better than these guys. Super Mecha Godzilla's got that board wipe in 100 range, which is really good. I'm going to leave him right here. He's definitely mid-A. You just really got to make sure you kill your opponent fast. King Ghidorah is not made for prolonged battles. He will die. So, in mid-A he goes. Alright, Mulgera. Green, blue, blue, yellow. All weapon attack. Energy cost 2. Cooldown 100 seconds. So decent colors. Actually, that's pretty good colors. Deals 250 damage and 40% of damage taken for 20 seconds to enemy units within a circular zone. Okay, so I think he lowers their defense by 40%. Something like that, or its defense. Both is pretty good. His HP is not great. His attack's not great either, but it's 1.9 seconds, so it's actually pretty decent. 85 reach. 85 reach is really good in this meta. His ability's not great though, so I'm gonna put him in the middle of B. Mainly, you're just using him for the reach nowadays. All right, next up is Mothra. Triple green and blue. Not too good. It needs at least one, take 1 green away or 2 greens away. He's aerial, so he takes less damage from trains. Life force scales, energy cost 2, cooldown 75 seconds. Very good. He was already buffed. It's the second time he's been buffed since the leader meta, I think, started. Restores 5% maximum HP of each allied unit on the battlefield. So it used to be ground, now it's doing everyone for 30 seconds. HP 6,100, not bad. Now, is his range damage times 10 still? That means his attack is very good then. Just not against Super Godzilla. Reach is 80, 2.5 second attack speed. So very, very solid leader. Great range, good damage, just everything. just amazing. His HP is not that high, though. You could argue Mothra is, like, up here. You could probably see some people argue this. I've seen, like, you could argue... I personally think he's... It really depends. Like, if I'm thinking about it right now, Mothra's ability is so good. Especially if you're, like, higher level or you got the perfect cards to raise their HP a ton. I'll put him above Ultima for now. She can't... The only downside, she can't heal herself. There's two. And it can't heal facilities, so... And there's no defense up, so this guy's better for counter pushes. But his range is shorter. But he can heal himself. That's the amazing thing. So I think Mothra, you could argue... I would argue with somebody or debate somebody over these placements. I don't think she's up here. In the future, though, I could see 3 or 2. Like, I wouldn't be too surprised. But for now, 4. I think this is... She belongs here. These leaders are kind of interchangeable right now. But I'm leaning more these two being over here. So, anyways, on to the next. We have Auriga. 3 greens and a yellow. So kind of like this guy. Like Mothra. Oh gosh, we're at 50 minutes, guys. We gotta go. I'm trying to get a better time than last time. Energy cost 2. Cooldown 120 seconds. Deals 300 damage and knockback in a straight line and restores the leader's HP by 30% of his maximum HP. That's not a bad ability. Not bad. I mean, you can heal yourself. Healing's super important. Pushing back. It's debatable how if pushing back's good. Highest HP that's currently available to leaders. Decent attack with a good attack speed. Reach is 79. So overall, he's not that bad. It's just the push. I mean, he's good for defending himself. I mean, you could say that Auriga's pretty good. He could be A tier. I might graduate him up to the A tier because his ability is like, it's not amazing, but healing is pretty good. And his energy cost 2, 120 seconds for healing 30% of your HP. It's like a mini Mecha Godzilla with better reach and attack. And his HP is about the same. So I could see Auriga like bottom of A. Not bad. Can heal himself. Alright, Rainbow Mothra, a green, blue, yellow, yellow, good colors. Aerial, energy cost 3, cooldown 100 seconds. Nullifies attacks on self and allied units in a circular area around self twice. My throat's getting a little raspy. I should have brought water. HP's butt. Range damage is horrible. Oh my gosh, that's like the worst damage of a leader. That's really bad. And then 70 reach, attack speed 2. That's what they're justifying it with, but it's still bad. Rainbow Mothra, the ability alone. That's what's good about it. Everything else is garbage. So, see. Space Godzilla. 2 greens, blue, yellow, great colors. Photon field 2. Energy cost 2, cooldown 6 seconds. I thought he was buffed. I guess he was buffed before the big leader buffs. Produces 6 crystals across the battlefield. Increases damage dealt by allied units near the crystals by 25%. So, not good HP. Attack's kind of 2.2 seconds. A 2.2 second attack speed's good. His reach is solid. His reach is pretty good. The crystals can be useful sometimes. Depends where they're placed. Middle of the road. Middle of the road B tier unit. Alright, Super Mecha Godzilla. Used to be one of the best. Red, green, blue, blue. All weapon attack. Energy cost 4. Cooldown 150. It needs to be 100 from the... Really be kept up with the rest of them. Deals 300 damage. Not bad. Stun for 3 seconds. Slow for 10 seconds to enemy units on the battlefield. So slowing, pushing. It's debatable if those are good or not. HP, Range damage, not too good. But 100 reach, 3 second attack speed, But the 100 reach alone puts him up in A tier. And his ability's not bad. So ability and reach, everything else is like a B or C tier unit. With his attack. And so, not bad. I mean, you can get some shenanigans going. I've seen some good people still using him to this day. It's just his HP's low. So that's his weakness. Alright, next up, or last but not least, is Ultraman 2022. I still gotta see it. Spacium Beam. Energy cost 4, cooldown 120 seconds, steals 150 in a straight line, garbage. For allied units on the battlefield excluding self, increases attack power by 20%, movement speed by 30%. That's really good. I think it's been power creeped, but if it was like attack power 40%, movement speed 50%, very solid. Beat his HP up, he could be really good. HP stinks. His attack's not too good. Reach is 70. Oh, okay, that's what's bad about him. Stun resistance could be better in the future. His reach, his attack, not too great. His ability's really good, though. I'm going to put him above Rodan. I'm going to put him in B tier. Because, yeah, he has crappy reach. but his ability is pretty good. It's not as good as Kiryu's, I'd say. It could be debatable. Yeah, he's not bad. So he graduated the B tier. So guys, this is the tier list. We're under an hour. I got a few more minutes to talk about the great debate between Monster Zero and Shin. So let's start out with Monster Zero. Good for rush decks. If you're out leveling your opponent even, you can do some serious damage. You could just literally like Mulgara trains zap. You could beat people that way. You could be hanging out in like the 50s, early 66 plus. You could win that way. There's people who do it. It's really cheap. But if your opponent's like high, your level or higher, you can't really do that strat. Main weakness, or there's a thing of debate, his HP is less. He has, well, I don't know how much less. Maybe like 1,000 less. Maybe more than Shin Godzilla at certain levels. Maybe not 2,000 less. I'm trying to think. I don't know how much less HP he has than Shin, but it's less. He's less tanky, has less reach. He's very vulnerable to Ghidorah and Super Mecha Godzilla. Because sometimes you'll find yourself not in a situation to zap him away. So, or a Varan could come out, and you could distract everybody with Varan while Ghidorah is just, attacking. Like, use Dimension Tide, put him inside King Ghidorah. That's what I do. And you're just sniping away those units. The leader is not doing anything. Colors are bad compared to Shin's. He is aerial. This is a plus. He is aerial. Half damage from trains, but you're not going to be training Shin much because he's so tanky. So, pluses, stun resistance, more damage on this ability. Gives attack boost, good for rush decks, good for taking people out fast. Yep, attack is a little higher. Attack speed's a little higher. But his main disadvantage against Shin is Shin can hit facilities. He hits multiple times with burn plus damage. So it has more range, more HP. So that's the way I see it. King Ghidorah is better for rush playstyles, but Shin's better for more playstyles. Like a lot more variety. So let's get Shin out here. Shin has better colors, deal 150. So Ghidorah says 350, right? And then burn does a set. So in earlier levels, Shin does more damage, I think, because burning 7 times 8. Let me do some math. Oh my gosh. Is it 70 damage to use every 8 seconds for something? Okay. So let's see. Was it 54? Guys, I'm stupid. I gotta do math. Is that 54? Or is that 56? Tired. So 56. Okay. 560. Oh, somebody's tagging me something. Alright, so he does 560 extra damage. So at level 1, he's doing more than Ghidorah, but that burn is super good. Gets rid of invincibility. King Monster Zero was pretty bad when he first came out. I just ran Rainbow Mothra, so the few I did see during that season, or the handful I saw during the December season, I wasn't terribly worried. I was like, oh, just put Rainbow Mothra down. It was pretty oppressive. Like, I'm like, oh shit. But it wasn't like Shin. Like, when I fight a Shin, I can't use Rainbow Mothra. I can't use facilities anymore. I had to drop my favorite playstyle at the time, which was Mecha Godzilla and facilities, because of Shin Godzilla. Because that playstyle did really well against Monster Zero. This guy right here did really good against Monster Zero. Well, now he does well against these guys again because of 5,000 different buffs that these facilities got and these cards. But back then, when Shin came out, just got wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. And he steals energy too. He's always stealing energy. You could say he takes 0 energy. No, he's at least taking 0.1, 0.2. Usually on average, I'd say he's probably taking 1 or 2 from me. He can use this ability, what? 4 or 5 times? 3 to 5 times per battle. So that's like 6 energy, let's say, or 8 energy on average he's taking from you if you time it well. And then he's just got way better HP. He has better reach, 85. He has 10 more whole reach. So that is amazing. So these are the pros. I don't think he's as good for rush decks because his attack is slower. But you can argue, like Void Ghidorah, when you're using that slow attack, you're regenerating energy. You can delay the attack. So this guy's better for stalling. Can you see my mouse? Yep. Better for stalling. So like when I see a Go or a Rio, build up to 10 energy. Waste time. Put a Psychic Chorus down, build the 10 energy, use your ability. It's slow, you're whiplashing the laser. Whah! And he's a lot better for stalling. And just stealing energy is so good. He's tankier, more reach. Just more versatile. He's a safer bet, I think, because you know, King Ghidorah's got less HP. So it's like you're risking it a bit more with the less HP and the less reach. So that's why I think Shin is number 1. Honestly, these two might have a tier of their own. But I think it's just like, it's not a wide enough margin between these 3 and these 2 for me to make an S+ tier from. But these 2 are the best leaders in the game. You can't really debate me on that because I'll think you're stupid. I mean, these guys are good, but they're not board wipe good. So that's the end of this video, guy. We just hit the hour mark. I'm tired after talking for an hour. My throat hurts. Those are my final thoughts on this list. Let me know below what you think, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.